My name is Rhapsody. Welcome back to Disco Elysium. Just had to look at the stop screen there just to check the name, just make sure it was still called Disco Elysium. Let's change our clothes and get our VizCalc up. VizCalc. There's some VizCalc for us. Okay. None of mine is decreasing VizCalc at the moment. Pretty sure none of the rest of this increases it either, though. Oh, never mind. RCM Commander's Jacket does. I mean, this is the first time I've actually put the RCM Commander's Jacket on. Perfect. All that extra VizCalc gives us the ability to see what happened here. You've heard what happened. Oh, great. I don't even need to check. But let's do it just for the experience anyway. Ooh, good lord. B1, B2, B3... Okay, so those are the three different angles it could come from. The golden light melts away into the blue glassy darkness of your mind. In it are two lit neon shapes, a man and a woman on a single bed. What position are they in? Like the witness said, the man is kneeling and the woman is on her back. It's the night of March 4th and the shot has just been fired. The man looks directly at the woman. The shot's possible directions converge in his mouth. A ray cast from somewhere outside entering his brain. Where does it come from? From the roof outside. Location A, prime. The glass fractures around the bullet hole. Shards face inward, like a corona behind the woman's neck. Back, rather. Inspect the ghostly figures. The man does not know the bullet has entered his brain. He never will. Death comes faster than realization. Have a look at point A prime, the roof. The raycast from the man's mouth unravels into a fan of possible directions, all on the roof at first. The shot could have come from any of them. This is a composite location, A prime, most likely of the origin points. So I'm what, 80% sure the roof is where the shot was made from? No. Shouldn't there be gun residue outside? There could have been. Then the rain and slush and wind washed it away. This was more than a week ago. So I'm what, 80% sure the shot came from the roof? 72%. With an antique weapon that fires military-grade ammunition, a Bell Margrave rifle, for example, this is a good short distance, but not too short. The perpetrator aimed with their back against the railing, or possibly kneeling for precision. This would explain why it only took them one shot. The lights were on in here. Outside it was dark. It was like shooting fish in an aquarium, a well-lit aquarium. The victim opens his mouth to let the bullet in. Neither of them would have seen anything in the darkness, too busy with their own bodies. I will check other things, but I don't think so. Could the shot have come from inside the room, a closer point? Point X would contradict the woman's testimony, rendering the entire proposition void. These figures would be wiped out, detective. Are there any arguments against A prime, the roof? None that you found thus far, but that doesn't mean there aren't any. Could there have been another point of origin further away? That's a 28% yes. In this model, the shot could have come from a much greater distance. Nothing excludes the possibility. Should we extrapolate to include every possible point of origin Martinet? Extrapolate the radius to include all Martinet. So that's where I get my B prime, B1, B2, B3. Yeah, let's call them B prime. Okay, so B prime, B prime prime, B prime prime prime. According to your map of the district, the shot could have come from a wide angle of locations, starting with the northern edge of the abandoned boardwalk, ending in the islet in the bay. Let's call them B prime. More precisely, B prime for boardwalk, B prime prime for Land's End, and B prime 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 for islet, detective. There may be smaller points in between, but those are too fine to zoom in on. Have a look at B prime, the boardwalk. 700 meters away. The likeliest of all the B positions, 20% chance. A skilled sniper could have made the shot, provided he had a safe sniper's nest. Even with the light on inside, we're talking military training. At this distance, the perpetrator would have had to take wind direction into account. Let's have a look at B prime prime, Land's End. 1.2 kilometers away. The least likely of all the positions. Let's say 3%. A truly skilled sniper could have done it, possibly from a tent. No, too far-fetched. Let's have a look at point B prime prime prime, the islet. 1 kilometer away. A point beyond the docks, on the islet in the bay. Well, double prime, triple prime, I guess. The fort is ruined, but the perpetrator might have found a stable spot on the beaches surrounding it, where the concrete crumbles into the sea, as you saw in the coin-operated viewer. That shot would have been a small miracle. 5% likelihood. There is an extremely narrow field of view from the bay to the window between Rue de Saint-Ghislain 10 and 33A. The angle would have been extreme, and access to the islet is questionable. Game, do you think the shots could have come from further than the roof in Martinet? From where precisely? Let's say B prime, the boardwalk, B double prime, the Land's End, B triple prime, the islet. I see you have given this a lot of thought, he remarks, raising an eyebrow. Are those the locations you've singled out, in addition to the roof? And what is the likelihood, in your opinion, that it came from a third distance? Much less than the roof, but still. Okay, well, we should see if there's a gunshot residue or sniper nest when we go down the coast. Rule these spots out, one by one. If any, until then, it would be the diligent thing to do. Until then, personally, I'm going with the roof version. A simple hypothesis can be wrong, but it's something to build on. Blink. All right, let's start tracking down those different locations. I think I will keep my VizCalc gear on just because I'm very likely to encounter VizCalc challenges while I'm doing all of this VizCalc stuff. Okay. Anything else I need to do in the room? Probably not. Let's bounce out this way. So it seems like at this point we're being led across the river, which makes sense. We must have exhausted a lot of this area already. Hey, Titus.
It's you again. What is it?
Okay, I talked to Clausia. Now I need to talk to Ruby. Why? He leans back to you and regards you with curiosity. She's your real leader. I'm going to level with you. She's the next link in the chain that leads me to Lely's killer. I've seen her in a laudanum-induced delirium. The paranormal instinct whispers her name into my ear. Look, I need someone to pin this on. I've decided to pin it on her. I suspect she killed the victim. That's why. No. I'm going to level with you. She's the next link in the chain that leads me to Lely's killer.
Sounds like you're making her a suspect in this. Not on my watch, you're not. Ruby's one of us. We're not gonna throw her under your moral intern steamroller. Fuck that shit.
And fuck you too, moral. He throws a glance at Titus as the last syllable leaves his lips. The big guy sighs.
Ruby is missing. If you hide from the police in a murder investigation, you become a suspect. You know how it works, guys. That's nothing. That's just legalese. You don't even have a sound theory.
He crosses his arms.
I don't want to be rude, but we're trying to get some R&R here. Think you could fuck off now?
I think we'll keep sticking around, Titus. You'll be surprised at how quickly a theory presents itself if you keep looking.
From the corner of your eye, you see a little bird fly into the bush, right behind the window, behind Titus's back. All right. I might be able to get my logic high enough to present a theory. Let's get some logic on. Do I have anything decreasing my logic at the moment? No. I don't know if I have anything else that increases my logic other than just the glasses there. Oh, hang on. No, that's a decrease in my logic. Yeah, it doesn't make sense that any of the rest of this would affect it. I'll see if I can do that, though.
It's you again. What is it?
Actually, let's do the perception first. Yeah, a bird flew by and wing beats. Yeah, so looking through the window, I've now got a really good chance at this. I mean, like, almost certain. There's a yellow ribbon tied to one of the branches. Light yellow, faded with time. A tiny splash of color in the blackness of the thicket. Hanging from it, a bronze key. Someone hid the key in the bush and attached the yellow ribbon to make it easier to find. It's close enough to the latch up there. One can slide it open and just take it. Surely it's not a coincidence. Someone's hid a key in the bush, pointed the window. Huh? The big guy looks behind him. I don't want anyone to hand it to me. Can you let me slide by so I can grab the thing? I don't know about that. The tattooed man yawns and settles more comfortably on the bench. I'm comfortable here. Don't think sliding would really help right now. What was Glenn's again? Glenn's was... Sorry, fucko. Looks like you're gonna have to go bush diving. Good fucking luck with that. The Hawthorne's got a bitch of a bite. I'm gonna enjoy the sight of you in the bushes out there. With a loud thud, the old man stands up, pushes the window open, grabs the key from the hawthorn branch and slides it across the table to you. Take the key. The key is brass. Workshop, spare, is etched into the bow. The old man closes the window and sits back down in silence. Come on, man. We were just having some fun. What's the harm in?
I'm tired of listening to your shit.
Thank you, not to the old man.
Don't thank me.
The old man takes out his pack of chewing gum.
I don't give two shits about your key.
Does anyone know why this key was hanging right outside the union box window?
Didn't even know it was there.
The old man looks at the key in your hand, then turns around to the room.
Boys.
No idea. Hang on. Yeah. This is gonna make everyone say something, isn't it? No idea. Never seen it. Never seen it. Someone must have hidden it there before the room became our place. Ah, that was the night of the death. Your place. So this has only recently become your place. Got it. I wonder what door it opens.
It could be the door in the kitchen. The blue door.
He looks at the key in your hand.
It says workshop spare. Maybe there's a workshop there?
It's worth a try.
It's you again. What is it?
Found key in the union box. I may as well try and see what it matches before I come back to Titus and roll that. That is a logic impossible. The key fits the dimple lock. Takes a bit of effort to turn it after all these years, but then dust rises before you like mist. A tomb? Haunted by regal spirits of distant ages? No, it smells like engine grease and cut wood. A workshop. This pinball says Franco-Nigerian. The theme is horses and swords. This pinball is white Diora. The black glass shows a female figurine in mourning. All these mesmerizing machines just waiting to be plugged back in and played. Run your fingers across the dust of the white Diora machine. Feels like it might jump back to life at any moment. The lights illuminating the white robes woman. What's white Diora?
Some kind of... He looks around thinking. Inane pinball team. Probably related to Messina doing the Dorian age. The history teams are the worst.
The lieutenant grimaces, looking at the machines. Sounds like you don't enjoy pinball, Kim.
No, I love it. I love pinball. Who doesn't love pinball? Let's move on.
He doesn't. What about the other one? The Franco-Nigerian ball. Want to play that?
No.
How about we fire up one of these bad boys and play some ball?
You can't fire them up. They're broken. One that works... only one that works in the main... Only the one machine in the main hall works. The Royalist pinball.
He looks away. Think. Kim Kutsuragi. Kim Kutsuragi. Think. Dang it. It's strange he doesn't like pinball. Kim here is a Sealite. His people are incredibly dexterous, and they all love pinball. Matter of fact, hey, didn't you guys, like, invent pinball?
Us guys?
Stop. No matter, this is a failure. I'm failing, and it's going to stop.
Okay.
He thinks for a moment.
I don't like pinball because I had to learn it for an undercover job at a pinball ring. And it's a lame, boring, and unintelligent game. There. We can move on now.
Super! Tip top! This went well, all things considered. Yeah, I'm very glad I didn't continue with that line. Ooh, 5 real. Neat. Note, NB, the spare key is tied to the bush outside the corner room window. All right, fair enough, thank you. A note says, note well. The small elevator is dimly lit by a bulb that's been glowing for ages. The lattice cage is open, inviting you to step inside. Look in. Smells of nougat and sweat. Your head brushes up against the ceiling. There's a control panel to your right. Just enough room for 2 people to fit in. The maintenance card under the control panel reads, last maintenance, 10th of July, 88. It says the last maintenance with 10 of was in 88.
That it does. The lieutenant peeks in. I say, let's brave it.
This elevator was last maintained in the future?
No, it was maintained in 88 of the previous century.
That's disappointing.
Kim responds with a grave voice. If some form of time travel becomes possible in the future, I doubt its inventors will use it to repair elevators in Martinez.
That's exactly what they would want you to think, Kim. That's how they hide their actions. Wonder what the elevator was used for.
Seems like a small freight elevator for transporting machinery. For that, it's pretty quaint.
He taps on the guttering light bulb. It's golden in the dark. Look at the elevator controls. There are large rectangular controls, Monta, Descender, and International. Call for emergency assistance. The third one appears to be broken. Well, I'm going to go back and say that I know, because I suspect that what's about to happen is we're about to find her in there.
It's you again. What is it?
Secret route found. Yeah, just increased it by 3. So I'm going to present a solid theory about why Ruby could have done it. 83'd. A sudden flash of lightning in your neocortex. The hostel cafeteria is lit by its eerie blaze. Floor plans, bullet trajectories, webs of human emotion, all channeled into a single thought. Why are you so sure Ruby didn't off him?
Because she was here all night with us.
He's gobbling together shit so he can put her away. It's got 101.
She was here all night? The lieutenant ignores the tattooed man. 11:30 to 12:25. She was here during all that time?
Yeah, with us. Drinking. Near the stage there. He points to the karaoke stage.
She didn't go to the toilets?
No.
That's a lie. You know that's not the case.
Alright, she took a fucking leak, alright? For one moment, maybe went out too. She has a complex operation to run from a lorry.
He points to the intersection.
She's a busy girl, always has been.
This complex operation is probably something illegal. That's probably the drug operation.
Just because she was gone for 5 minutes doesn't mean she magically got to the roof and shot the merc.
He taps on his temple.
I've been through this. It's not plausible.
He's been through it. That means he's suspected her too. Interesting. All right, we're in. We've got Ruby unaccounted for some time during the window. That was crucial. Now let's place her on the roof. You got his attention. Now don't ruin it by making wild claims. Remember, you can still mess this up. Sambo artist, obviously not. I don't know if it leads straight to the roof, though. Oh, it does, though. There's a secret route in the kitchen. It has to. That's the other side of the thing on the roof. There's a secret route in the kitchen that leads straight to the roof.
How?
He looks sincerely curious. Through what looks like an abandoned pinball workshop.
People say there was a pinball arcade here sometime before the hostel. What was it called, Theo?
East Delta Pinball Arcade.
The old man coughs.
Weird place. Went backwards.
Okay, but
The old man looks around.
how'd you get up? There's no room for a staircase in the building, or an elevator for that matter.
The elevator is outside the building. It's an old dumbwaiter used for moving pinball machines up and down from the workshop.
Good one, Kim.
Thank you.
The lieutenant is glad he got the floor plan right there. From there, a door leads straight to the roof. You can just step outside.
Ruby could have gone up, shot him, come down, all under 7 minutes.
That's quite the theory.
He turns to Eugene.
We're gonna have to take a look at that secret passage, boys.
I'm on it, boss. Right when the law clears. Me and Angus are going up there.
It's a dumbwaiter, not an industrial lift. How about I go instead of...
Shush now.
He turns back to you.
You got anything else to back this route up? Or is that it?
Have we firmly established that Ruby could have had access to the roof where the man was shot?
Firmly?
He shakes his head.
Firmly doesn't go well with could've. There's a route to the roof. Me and the boys will check it out. That's what we've established. But a route
He forms a gun in his hand.
does not put that bullet in his head. A gun does that. And Ruby doesn't carry one.
Phase 2, murder weapon. Get a gun in her hand. If not that, then at least a shadow of a doubt in the shape of a gun. Just don't contradict yourself. If it doesn't sound like Ruby did it, maybe keep it to yourself. But what if you miss interesting information that way? The choice is ultimately yours. There are weapons just like this lying around in Martinet, showing me antique rifle.
That looks antique. A Belle Margrave.
He takes the gun, inspects it, and hands it back to you.
It's inoperable. Where'd you get it?
There's a cellar under the bookshop. It was hidden there, with others just like it. 20, maybe 30 rifles, Titus. Also broken. But still, there were too many. There could be other caches too. God damn it. We need to close that dump down for good.
Okay, I see your point. There are guns laying around.
He shakes his head.
Damn it, I thought we'd found all the old spot. Why was that still there?
We just...
Hang on, that's Shanky's voice. We just missed one. Ruby doesn't know about the place, boss.
Just these cops digging up shit.
Analyze the bullet that killed him. It was jacketed.
So?
The man shrugs and looks at you.
So it had to come from a breech-loading rifle. Military grade.
He turns to you.
Not even you militia monkeys have those.
He doesn't wait for a response.
This goes against your short-range theory. If the murder weapon was military grade, how did Ruby get it?
You just showed him a breech-loading gun. I just showed you a breech loader that any child can have.
A broken broomstick is what you showed me, but... Point taken.
He nods. Time to really close the deal. Show them the bullet. This is the bullet that did it. 4.46 millimeter. The Belle Margrave uses the same caliber. The blonde man looks at the mushroom Deathbringer in the evidence bag and says,
Yeah, the bitch is jacketed, alright. 4mm too.
hang on, that was the wrong voice for him again. Ah! Sorry about the whole wrong voice thing. It's just when I'm talking to the tidy boys. That's what I'm gonna call them from now on, the tidy boys. When I'm talking to the tidy boys, it's real difficult because there's so many of them talking at the same time.
Whoa. Well, goddamn.
His eyes follow the evidence bag in your pocket.
It's not proof, but it's a possible murder weapon. Close to her. Too damn close. You have been thorough, I'll give you that.
There is a small, 28% chance that the shot came from beyond the roof.
Now what the hell are we supposed to do with that?
That still leaves a 72% chance it did. He's trying to woo us with cop shit. Forensic shit. I've heard this mumbo jumbo.
Yeah, but the mumbo jumbo goes against his theory A.
It does.
Yep.
He pinches the roof of his nose.
Just making sure we're on the same page.
Lieutenant pretends to take a knot.
It doesn't all fit. We're just sharing info, candidly.
Yeah, I don't want to frame someone, and I don't necessarily think it is her yet. Like, I don't think it's conclusive. I didn't say I'd prove she had the murder weapon, just that we need to find her.
Alright,
He nods.
keep talking. I'm getting a bit curious about some things myself.
We're not considering it, aren't we? Hang on. Glenn's supposed to be... T, we're not seriously considering, are we? He almost gets up from his seat. Ruby wouldn't do something like this. Why would she do something like this? Phase 3, motive, the last component. The big one. Get this, and they'll give her to you. Remember, don't piss him off. That never works. It's not why did she kill him, it's why did she organize the cover-up?
And I suppose you have a theory on that?
She could have just been covering up for herself, Titus.
Think about it. Why go through all that effort? It was her idea, wasn't it? The hanging? You went along, but she suggested it.
The little man squints, eyes beady.
She had like a fully formed plan and shit. Right from when she came back downstairs.
Really, Shanks? Klaus, you just wanted to talk to another girl, that's all. She was the first one up there. I could have come up with that plan if I'd been first. Time for a logistics demonstration. You know what? Eugene is saying he could have come up with it. Eugene, let's assume you killed him. He scoffs.
Think. You killed him. Get up there, shoot him, get down.
Would you prefer to go on trial with your friends as part of a lynch mob or alone for committing murder? The man is silent.
If she used us to cover up her own shit, well, that's That's a serious violation of the Hardy Code, boss.
Which is why she didn't. Which is why she didn't. She'd never do that.
A blonde man waves his beer around. Why aren't more of you defending her? This is fucking stupid, Titus.
Glenn,
Titus looks grim.
I thought the same thing when she skipped town and left us in this shit.
Oh, so he didn't rule her out completely, and she skipped town. It's not a leadership challenge. Titus, you have to see it. Things don't add up. We need to talk to her. Silence. He looks around the room. The old man in the corner nods. A very small nod and a trickle of tobacco spit on his lip.
Yeah, I see it.
He puts his beer down.
There's one more thing I've been wondering about. Ever since you asked me where she is, add it to your list of suspicions if you want. I don't know.
He smiles a peculiar smile.
I don't know where she went. She just up and left. Got real scared too. Wouldn't tell me where. However hard I asked. Wanna know why?
Why?
She was afraid I'd tell you.
She looks you straight in the eye.
Maybe she was right. By now I probably would.
She knew there's evidence on her. She knew we'd find it. This is typical suspect behavior. While fleeing is always incriminating.
Perhaps.
He looks out of the window again.
Ask her when you find her. It won't be easy though. She made sure of that.
When did she leave?
Friday afternoon, when you first arrived. I got word the RCM was in town and she came in to see me. Told me she was leaving. That's when we had our little conversation.
What was she scared of?
I told you. You.
Me, as in the RCM?
No, you. As in the cop with the sideburns and disco clothes.
There's no way. Right? There's no way. It's not our wife. There's no way. Don't we already know our wife's name? Well, it could be a pseudonym. Don't forget the funny tie too.
How can I forget?
He nods at your tie.
You know, when I first saw you limp in here, I thought she was paranoid or sniffing her own supply, but...
And he messaged you up.
No, I'm not so sure.
What did Ruby tell you about me?
She said you have a funny taste in clothes.
He scoffs.
And that you won't stop.
Won't stop?
Until you have something on her. She said she's heard of you in Jamrock. That you're a real human can opener. That you play suspects against each other. Open them up. Like cans.
Fucking hell. The tattooed man just shakes his head. Titus, did he just...
Open Angus up like a can? Yep, he did.
He nods.
Now we can whine about it, whack him, or we can go on with our lives.
Titus doesn't have a draw.
I'm giving you a go on with our lives kind of day, Al. How about you?
Silence. He nods. Is that true, Kim? Am I a can opener?
You are insistent.
He nods. Anything else? Anything?
Yeah, there was something else. She wouldn't tell me though. I could see she wanted to. It was burning on her lips. This cop, Titus, this cop, but she was too scared.
Do you have any clue on where Ruby went?
She's not far. We know that much. She didn't take a lorry, so she's on foot.
Go fucking luck, man. She knows this place like the back of her hand. You'll never find her.
Yeah, Al.
Gives her a sharp look.
We won't either.
She's not really. The man stares into his beer. She's not really a Hardy candidate anymore, is she?
She's not, Glenn.
Have you looked for her?
A little. On the coast.
Where have you looked for her, more precisely?
More precisely, on the coast, past the waterlock.
He nods southwest.
She's not here, so I'm thinking she's there.
Who's doing this looking? They're all here. You're all here. Who's out looking? He shrugs.
Lizzie needed some air.
The gardener, but she went to tell Everett.
You're a smart cop, but you're a stupid person. No one goes to tell Everett anything. If he has to know, he has to know fast.
It's called a radio, you believe. The gardener may have played you again when she stormed out. This was part of her own plan. So you can tell me where on the coast I should start looking?
Sure. There's some shit houses there. A cinderblock town. The fisher folk there refuse to unionize, so that's one place we haven't looked. I hear they have a shack where junkies sometimes crash. Time for you to step up.
We will start there. The lieutenant takes a quick note. One more question. What does Ruby look like?
Boyish. Hair's red. Dyed. She looks like a lorryman.
Not much, but it'll do.
It'll have to.
He puts his hand out. Shake it. His grip is firm and reassuring, like holding a piece of unpolished granite. Not just granite, tightly packed RCM sergeant material. Nope, you shouldn't be a cop. Just think it. No, he's already a sergeant. That's what you're feeling. He just wasn't sure what you are. Alright, let's go check out this passage fully. Close the doors and go up. Small windows taped shut with black plastic. You can't see outside. So that no one can see inside either. Schematics for a pinball machine. Futurism themed. Boxes of tools and replacement parts line the shelves. Ooh, empathy and hand-eye coordination, the pinball maker's coat. This dusty old coat used to belong to someone called M. Knifelocks. The name is stitched into the silk lining. It smells of moths and ancient engine grease, but fits you perfectly. A strange, lonely emotion fills you when you tighten the belt around your waist. Okay. Simply wearing that hasn't just given us something. So I'm going to change back. Sometimes when you wear an outfit, you'll get like a head interaction that gives you the ability to see something new. Like fish keys out of your pocket of a coat or something like that. The pinball machine has been taken apart. So this is where they brought the 40 pinball machines to fix them up a long time ago. Everything's covered with dust now. The lieutenant looks around the dusty, crowded room, inspecting the tools and shelves. Looks like they gave up on fixing pinball machines at some point. He agrees. At some point 20 years ago? 15, maybe. Before pinball went out of vogue. This looks like this used to be a pinball workshop? Looks like it. I'm guessing Martinet North 22 became a pinball arcade before it became a hotel. There are machines left over. He taps his foot. A creak, some dust falls off a shelf. Downstairs in the hall, next to the main door. Only one of them works. I've seen one of the Ardis will bang away at it. Remember the dice maker? Then that means... Whirling Rags was once the East Delta Pinball Arcade. This is all that's left over from that. Oh yes, as the dice maker said. He makes a note in his notebook. This has absolutely nothing to do with the case, I'm sure, but I do like a nice little connection. Nice little connection. But then it went bankrupt. Your skin crawls from making the connection. Could this really mean that Whirling Rags is part of the doomed commercial area? If that's true, then our cafeteria manager is not going to like it. He looks around. We should tell him what we found up here, omitting that suspicion. He does not appear to be the kind of man who likes his establishment to be part of a neighborhood ghost story about bankruptcy. Stupid superstition. But still, it would be interesting to see what the cafeteria manager thinks of this. It's not a ghost story, it's a curse. And Garte ought to be made knowledgeable so he can perform counterspells. I'm gonna finish that thought. Footprints in the dust. You can clearly see footprints in the downy carpet of the dust covering the workshop floor. Jackpots. The lieutenant takes out his notebook. These, unlike anything else here, are new. Looks like someone's been here within the last week or two. 3 weeks maximum from the dust coverage. It could easily have been 1 week too. You know, officer. He looks at you. This is good. He likes it. There's a little smile in there, in the dark of the workshop. This isn't bad at all. It was a good idea to see where the door leads. Commendable work bringing us to this place. Okay, what does this mean? It means someone snuck through here what seemed like a secret route leading to the roof, from where you can shoot our victim. This is significant. These prints, officer. These could be the prints of our killer. Let's have a closer look then. Crouch and study the footprints. Large prints, most likely made by boots. The size is harder to determine. Sole could be bigger than vamp. The soles have left a pattern. Uniformed horizontal lines. One person's been here. They've gone back and forth. The tips point both ways. Looks like the prints look like one person went back and forth. Between that, he points to the elevator doors in the corridor. And that, he points to the barred door. The print doesn't look like the odd-souled print we found in the hanging, Kim. He inspects the tracks closer. The size looks about the same, actually. They're not the same shoe, but it could be the same person. This doesn't look like the worker's boots from the hanging, does it? No, these little horizontal lines are different. They look custom-made to me. Some kind of foreign print? Hard to say. Still a boot, though. Get up, conclude. Let's move on. Final thing is seeing if we can open this. There's a tiny hole in the wall. You see a bedroom on the other side. You can almost see the shape of a man and woman writhing inside, bathed in drugs, sweat, and dirty linens. Bottles lying around everywhere. What are the people doing in there? You lean in close to the peephole instinctively. I bet they're doing something quite unnatural there. Sensationally unnatural. I think I can see into Classier's bedroom from here. He leans in closer to inspect the peephole. You can barely see through. Better to not jump to sensationless conclusions here. The footprints on the floor, however. He points to the marks nearby. Definitely suspicious. Finish that thought. Okay. Let's see. If I could just communicate with Garte Quebec here, I'd have a lot more information. Do you know what's behind that door? He looks at you, shrugs. Okay, just in case that had happened, a second line there. All right, Garte. Actually, you know what? I've got like maybe a level banked. Let's unlock that first. So that's all I can unlock at this point. Damn. My God, there are so many more. Ugh. I might want to forget. Definitely not forgetting Mazovian socioeconomics. Definitely not forgetting rigorous self-critique. I'm gonna go with the flavor of them more than I'm gonna go with the actual effect of them. Apricot chewing gum scented one. I think I should leave that as well. Inexplicable feminist agenda. Obviously, I'm leaving that. Hobo cop. I don't think I'm a hobo cop. I think I need to free up hobo cop. I'm no longer a hobo cop. I am, however, getting an actual art degree. And sure, I'm going to learn my date of birth as well. If nothing else, I'm learning it for content's sake.
Hey, was there something you needed?
God, I saw another thing in the whirling. God, what if I told you I got into the back room behind the blue steel door? Oh, okay, well, he controls his excitement well. I did hear you make a noise back there, so good for you. He's really, really holding himself back here. It takes a lot of willpower not to ask. Obviously, he's been wanting to know what's behind that door. Aren't you gonna ask me what's back there? Okay, what is back there? Pinball machines. A pinball workshop. Ha! I knew it. I'd always wondered where those machines by the door came from. And they told me there was some kind of pinball thing here too. I knew it, he repeats. Were there any back there? In working order, I mean. Why? Do you want to play? I might be up for a game. No, I was just wondering. He appears to be making a calculation in his head. If you found pinball machines there. He was wondering about something business related and how much money you could make off of one. I feel a capitalist plot coming up. Capitalist plot. He rolls his eyes. The pinball we have in the corner is broken. I want to diversify the entertainment options. It wouldn't hurt to get a little life in here. Other than the hellish karaoke machine. That one's always causing trouble. Yeah, those numbers he's adding up must make real good sense to him right now. Sounds like he cares about the place. He's not going to be overjoyed to hear that it's part of the doomed commercial area. I don't have to tell him the Doom commercial area bit, do I? So a sign that said I can go into the kitchen. Why can't I go into the kitchen? What, are you a cook now? What? I thought I'd had this conversation. What, are you a cook now? That's none of your business. But there may be something pertinent to the investigation in the kitchen. He rolls his eyes. He wasn't pan-fried. He was lynched. What could the patient possibly have to... He changes his mind. Fine. The kitchen is closed to 3 because the cook is working. You can snoop around after that, if you must. There's a peephole in the wall. Oh, what wall? Upstairs in the secret back room, right next to Classy's bedroom. I found it when we found the pinball machines. I'll have to fix it once. Thank you for letting me know. I assure you, the Whirling does not abide spying on its guests. The color is drained from his face. You sure you haven't been spying on your guests? Absolutely not. He breathes in and out. Fuck you for even implying it. It wasn't me. It wasn't my staff. The establishment would look at it and ascertain what it was. Well, he's definitely not lying. He wouldn't endanger his business like that. Sir, he was only asking a question. It's his job and mine. See that it's covered. Yes, I absolutely will. He calms his breathing. Sorry, it's been a bit of a day. Now a hole in the wall. All right, you've been notified. Thank you. I'll patch it up. Was there anything else about the establishment? I hope not. There wasn't. Goodbye, Garte. And goodbye, y'all. For the moment, that's my for the moment, that's my time. My name's been Rhapsody. The name of the game has been Disco Elysium. Hopefully, you've been enjoying yourselves. There's a playlist in the description down below with all of my content of the game, past, present, and future. Hopefully, you've been enjoying yourselves, and hopefully, we'll see you next time.